This is the Sifra that's new to put out by a Ketev, a Kavod, Chayol Amen, by this, I think this yeshiva's called Kesrek Kavod. I'm really out of it. I just do the studying, but who the people are, the backgrounds of them, other people know much more than me. I never visited them. I have, fortunately, have a Chavrusa who showed me, when I use this book. So this book has this book, the Sifra that's new though. The reason why I'm saying this is because these shurim are for people who really have an understanding, some basis in understanding. So, try to understand it. It's not so easy to understand, but if you're seeing enough of it, get an idea of what's going on in it, and try to learn more. Try to get closer. So the Sifra that's new is not a beginner's book, but I see people who make comments about it. That what is their anpin, for example. It's important to have that information too. I just don't. I just don't necessarily. I'm an explorer. That's what's happening. We're exploring this. So we'll see what's going on in the Sifra that's new. But it's not really for beginners. But if you can follow it, a lot of people out there can follow Hebrew pretty well. So at least the Shivsha type Hebrew. So anyway, we'll be learning on this in a few minutes. But number Gimel said the Zohar high, and like I said, I don't have it really well marked. I don't know why. He says, Bir Khan, he spends over here, Kafi Harizal, Shashor Shadikna Nimshach Min Ghaznaim. Ma'udnim Nafke. Ki Shemia, also we heard this already, Shemia O Oda Rabataka, who Rosha tables, and how this goes together, I'm not sure. Kol Anshama Tahalel. And the Neshama Ma'oiza, where the Neshama comes from, it comes from the ear. So the ear is the gematria, he says over here, I guess in a short form, he says it's Noach, Kaminion Shem Yud-Ke Vav-Ke, which is like 63. So 58, we know there's attachment between 58 and 63. And so I think we went through number Gimel. So Vadas, he says Vadas the Reish the Lo Isyada. It's like the Ris Saruk. He says that Das Shuhum Neshama the Erikanpin. That's what becomes the Neshama, the Penimius of Erikanpin. Meir b'Mucha and Vira. It shines in a place which is called the Mucha Vira. So he says, and he says over there. So let's look down below because we want to see what he says about this phrase Mucha Vira. There's an Avira, to me, there's an Avira and there's a Mucha. There's all the different things. So he says number Daled. He says Rei Be'etz Chaim, look over the Eitz Chaim. He says that said Vizel Deshana B'Delog. He says a Klalos Reisha Delo Isyada Achse Nehore Bahai Avira. So I guess Achse means shines, something like that. I think it means like what it shows its light or beams its light. I don't know. Bahai Avira, into this air. What air? Sheben Gugolta the Mochstimo. That's what he wants to say. He says Stimo. He says Vadam Ki Hindech Ma'atik Nimshukol V'Nefesh Ruch Neshama. From Atik, we're going to flow down from there, this Naran. Where's the Naran going to go? So the Naran is like a lower level of Atik. He says, the Naran, he says, where's it going to go? He's going to the Erik Anpin. And this really comes out to be the Atzala of the Zan Tachtonis of Atik into Erik Anpin. So Neshama actually is one of the little Rishonos. Oram, but because of the tremendous amount of light of the other Gimel Rishonos, and it's not able. She is not able to Islavish Erikanpin. Im Nishara Lamala Besod Makid, but has to remain outside concept of Makid. Bechain Chutzrak Lehislavish Das Shalo, so there has to be the Das, has to be Mishlavish, that is the Das, what Das, of what? the das of the the ratio of the lo isya, the be'erik anpin besod neshama. So there it goes in. It's like a neshama. It's a deep place. The zecha besod Shuramazder of the Avira. This is what this reference that I had for you over here. Avira Yosef Al Hai Kruma, the Avira that we're talking about here, that rests over the cross that we're talking, the Kruma, the Chapia Al Mocha. So that's where the place with all. So Das, that is that place. That's the place where the Das is. It's not the Mochas Dimor. It's higher or panimi to that. Hamizgal Sham Adkan. Trying to understand that. Okay, so then we're reading on. I think there's, let's see, there is one more letter that would be interesting to look at. So after number Dalet is episode Yud-K Vav-K, so that's Sag. So then he said, V'chein Shlosha Yudin, the Sag. Now Sag has three Yudin. And he says this all goes to this Avira. So the Avira, so he's a Yotzim Shlosha Shemos Av, and it produces, as a result of these three Yudin that go into this Avira, that's where I understand it's a little bit mind-boggling. He says it produces Yotzim Shlosha Shemos Av. Three Avs come out of it. Now the thing about the Avs is Shemechem Na'asach Adikta. This is what the Dikta is made out of. B'Yudim and Vavim, the Yichud Adikna, so that it's made out of Yudim and Vavim. I'm not sure how that goes. The Yichud Adikna, they have a little note on that, but it's that you have to get the real Shar Kodesh to be able to see that one. Ein Sham. Let's go on from there. Kamavur B'Birchos Kohanim. We learn this out of the Birchos Kohanim. So let's look down below. What does he mean by that? He wants us to look at number Vav. So number Vav says, Rei ba'otra ha'chayim. Look over there. The Baal Azor Chai. Shehebe b'zechel b'zel d'shon. He wants to talk about this. He says this: V'ayin achi b'siddur shal kodesh moreno. I guess a moreno shabsai. Besod Birchos Kohanim, so what? Asher Bereisha Tinyana Anikra Avira, so the second head of Erikampin, which is called the Avira, Yesh Baruch B'Vayah the Sag, there's a fire the Sag in there. So he says, and the side the Sag, the Mishlosha, a Yud in the Sag, and then he goes like, now, how the Avaya the Sag got there, I'm not really sure I understand. But he said the Chavayah, the Sag is there. That's what's been shining there. Umishloshach Yudin the Sag, you take the three Yudin that the Sag are taken. So from them, Nimshakul Shloshach Shemos of the Yudin. Okay, it starts with Sag. Sag has three Yudin, and now you have three Shemos Av. So he says, and this is really, I think, the making of Gevura. So let's see how it goes. He says it starts out with Sag, then Sag, parts of Sag with the Yuds, make the Avs, Nimshkol Shlosha Shemos Av the Yudin, Umisham Nimshachim Yud Gimel Tikuni Dikna the Atika, and this is where the three Mochin, let me say, Nimshkol Yud Gimel, excuse me, the Yud, not the Mochin, yes, with the 13 Tikuni Dikna the Atika, how Yotzim Eresha base Anikra Havira, which comes to the Avira. In the Avira is the Sag, and the Sag has the Yud, and the Yud produce the three Avs. And he says this is all coming out of that Avira, Khan. So his Shar Mari Rashbi is explained over there of his Kia. He said the Malvu Sharim. Very Zohar. So he says, and you have to look at the Zohar over there. That's really a heavy thing. So let's go on, and we have some more time. Okay, I just got lost over there. Okay, now we're getting into another piece. I started reading it, and it's about this word Bosita. What does the word Bosita mean, really? And if you look at this page and then the page next to it, you see there's a lot on this. Not a lot of commentary, but there's a lot of pirushim on this. And so, just that's my thought. Anyway, so now we're going to start a B'sachrona da Bosita. So that's the topic here, because the Rebbe Shimon had said this phrase, going around the Bosita. That's what it sounds like, surrounding it. Rei bebira meshula lefi Rizal. Shenis boyer lashon B'sachrona da Bosita. He uses this language al pi ha'pirish ha'talmid b'ha'gilyon the Derek Amos. Okay. Behind his saviv toyer upon him, around the form of the face. He said, "V'hine lashon toyer upon him." So what does that mean? The form of the face, or mashbech behind his saviv upon him. That means it goes around the face. Hacholokim below seir. That is the smooth face. So it's really making a distinction. Well, like this, it's got a hair. It's going around, and it's got a beard. So then we go around the beard. But he says, no, it means the hind is savid upon him, hachaloka below, say that part, which doesn't have any hair, and hanekroim trin tefuchim, which is also by that name, to the two apples of cheeks. Shehem and the kroim panim become makom kanoidim. Everybody agrees that this, if that you recognize that, that's the face. So look over in the ridge, RABBI, he says, so it's also specifically over here in the Hadras Melech, Vizel Deshana, and this is what he says. Maki v'chutz saviv cluster ponim, shehem trin tepuchim. So cluster ponim, is what he says. A person has a cluster ponim. He's talking about that shining on the cheeks. So they had a little number Zion back there. So he says, according to the Pirush of the Talmud of Gilyon, the M is the Hainus Saviv Toyer upon him, around the form of the face. So we had another Zion, a little Zion down here, maybe some elucidation about what's going on here. So he said, number Zion says, Hine biyof shah kan bir v'zel l'shono, b'sach v'nusa the Bosita Saviv v'oizin. So the Bosita. So this topic goes around the Bosita. That's us. Saviv Oizen goes around the ear, surrounding the ear. Nachis v'sovev toyer panim kedishim. Now you say a little different description than the way that I was thinking it. He says Saviv goes around the ear. As I say, from the ear. I'm not sure why he said around the ear, surrounding the ear. Nachis, it goes down. The Sovev, and it goes around Tor Panim Kadishim, around the face, the form of the holy face. Adkan. The Chavet Tzarech Bir, he said, well, we still got to examine more into that. So the first thing he says, it goes around the ear. The Bosita. So then it sounds like what we were talking about back there. We had from something for the Rizah Rook, where they went over, all the different and the anatomical parts of your ear and how it worked. So he said maybe that's what it's talking about. But as we go on with a Besaviv Toyer Panim condition, but then it's talking about the Panim. We just had an idea that Panim really means the Kolaster Panim, is the cheeks. The nearer the Bosita who Toyer Panim Yesh Lomer Od, so he said that it really means the form of the face. That's what it means. So let's trying to pin down Bosita. What is Bosita? How does this Bosita work? Something like that. Let's go to another Pirush. This seems to be a very popular subject. That's what I was saying. A lot of people got in on this, or they found a lot of things here. He says number base is Ulam Ray Bir Yakar. He said the Bir Yakar Shabir Kamazal Shono, and it says like this: V'hanira. Ki milas Bosita. What does Bosita mean? Mila Amora al Klalos Hapartzef. It's talking about the general category of the Partzef. I guess he means by that he means the face. I can't. But let's see, because this is always, the Or Yakar is always a little chopped up. It's difficult to piece them together, but there are ideas within it. Try to piece it together. But this Bayer Yosef Or Yakar also goes on to say further down the road. He said, "Ki klalus kol ma eshememetzach panim ad sof zakan." So incorporated in all of that area from the forehead downwards. Shehu his pashtus called tikuni Eric Anpin, which is really where you see all the tikunim of Eric Anpin spread down that way. Kasher yizboyer called mitzius that face, that whole panim that you talk about now, is that whole flow. He says that's what's called the Bosita Adkan. V'chein rei ba'or yakar over there, where he says another place. The El Sham, he said, the Bosita, the Anpui, it's of the face. Pirish Hamila, Lon is boyer, Lon is not really explained. We have this phrase, but we're trying to figure it out. Amnan Kabbanas and Mila will be called Duch the Eagle parts of upon it. It means the circle of the parts of upon it, of the face. La Kabbana, the Kabbana is like this: Ki Eagle parts of Panim, who but the eagle is really eagle, the roundness is the parts of panim, is the form of the face. Now here we use the word parts of, and so just trying to be aware of the fact that he's using the word parts of here, but he's really trying to talk about the form of the face. Adkan, I think. Let's see what the Gra. He says right there, Zaldashon ki Bosita, who kolu kol makom shalapanim, it includes all the place of the face. A little clearer. He says Adkan. V'chein rei bebira Gra. Look over there, the elbe pasuk rishon. Shabira v'Zaldashon. This is where it was said. B'sachron the Bosita going around the face, around the Bosita, its own alone, Saviv called upon him kula, around the entire face. A definition of what entire face means. So we had one idea, goes down all the way to the generation of the beard, whenever it comes out of the face like that. Adkan, so Ayin Sham, Rei Mashin is Bayer Khan, Ba'ar's beard, and Shul of the field, Raw, Ayin Sham. So we're moving on, trying to find out what Bosita means. So he says number Gimel. He says V'hina b'shar ma'amari Rashbi. Let's go over there. Kan mashbach l'chayra shemavayr l'lashon b'asachrona de Bosita. He's explaining that language over there. Behind the savid, there's a kan that is around the face, the beard, around the beard. A beard sham b'firushach of a rishon v'zaldashon. So this is what explains his first pirush. He said, "B'sachrona de Bosita, salek v'nachil chuta chivar." So around the Bosita, this Bosita here now, he says, is come about this white thread. Pirush zehu chad chuta zari sachrona dikna. That's what it is. A kan. B'sachrona dikna haim saviv is a kan that's around the beard, not under the beard, surrounding the beard. So he says, "V'yesh lana obezeh, ki d'chayra alom tzin d'dikna nikra Bosita." We don't see any place that the word dikna means beard. Excuse me, the word Bosita means beard. V'rei ba'olam ba'aros kan. So he has a couple of spots here. We can, with your permission, we could take a look. We're just about out of time. Maybe we could do ches. Number ches. Number Chesed, V'chein Mukach Gam B'Peirusha Hasheni. So also it's this be seen over there. Shel Shar Mamari Rash B'Shav V'Zaldashono. Here's another version. He says, Inami, or Chut Basar Saviv Chutz L'Zakan B'Li Seir. B'Li Seir. So he says it goes around it's a chut. It goes around B'Li Seir. He said about Khan. Now, what does that mean? V'hare Farish Khan, the Sachrona de Bosita, they're going around this place, Bosita. The Highlas Vivus is a Khan, around the beard. Here's what it means, once you say the Bosita means beard. The Highlas Sachrona de Dikna. So he wants to see this light. Where's this light coming from? So I'm getting really confused. Is this coming from originally the same idea that we're talking about? This is coming from the Reish of the Lo Isyada. The origins of all of these lights, what do they run around the face, or creating a face, or how? He said, the Haina Sechrani Dikna, around the beard. Michu the Firish Arishon, according to the first Pirish, Zachroni Dikna, when it says that, Heinus Vivus is Zakan Atzma, going around the beard itself, Rei Ba'aras Haba, the Firish Hasheni, Heinus Vivus Chutz Zakan. So this is where we have to stop right here, and we'll try to pick it up.